Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me. Today, I'm going to show you how we're going to do an awesome automation that does video editing. So, video editing can be a very complex and repeatable task, especially if you want to do like small things that doesn't require any creative input. And if you want to do it in bulk, so if you want to process 10, 100, 200 videos at the same time and you want to do it quite fast. Now, there are some services out there, some websites that do that, but they cost a lot of money. And they basically use the same base as what we're going to use today. So whenever we're dealing with videos, there is there's a need for us to use FFmpeg. So what is FFmpeg? It's basically a way that you can edit or deal with videos. And you can have that downloaded on your computer and use that. If you're using self-hosted n8n, you can use that and it would be using your computer storage and your computer CPU or GPU power. But in case you're like me, you have a small laptop that is not powerful enough to run all of these, and you're on n8n cloud, then you're going to need FFmpeg through an API. And to do that, we're going to use rend.dev, which is an API just for that. It's basically, it provides you that you need to just subscribe. There's a free tier to try and test things, but then once you want to take things ahead, then you're probably gonna have to subscribe for a paid version. So what it can do, it can convert video to audio. It can combine, trim, cut, crop videos, turn videos into short. In what I mean is the resolution of it. It can transcode as well. So all of that can be done with FFmpeg API through rend.dev. Now there's also other services that you can. I'm not affiliated with Rendy or anything, but I've used it and it seems to be quite good. So you can try other APIs that use the FFmpeg. I know fal.ai has it as well, so you can try that. But yeah, we're going to use that today. And let me go ahead and dive into what I have here as a workflow. So I'm going to download this workflow here, and you only need to click on the three dots and import from file, and you'll have that. So what I have here is I have a manual trigger because I'm here testing, but you can put this as a schedule if you want to schedule your video editing needs. So I have here video details. So basically what this is I'm providing video file, I'm providing the size, I'm providing the crop size, I'm providing the name of the video, I'm providing the video list, I'm providing the time cut. So all of these are for all of these workflows. So you don't have to have all of them for one workflow, but they're just for us to test all of the workflows. So we start with the first one. I'm going to connect this here. And the first one basically cuts the video and stitch it together. And what we're going to use, I'm going to use a video file. So I have that on my Google Drive, but you can have that anywhere as long as it's available. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use the time cut here. And here what I'm providing it is with series of time is where I want to cut the video. Okay, so I'm saying I want this part and stitch them together. And you can add as many by doing the same pattern, comma, and then 2 timestamps, comma, and then 2 timestamps. And it can cut the video the way you want. So the first one is I'm taking all of that and I'm putting it in a way that the API understand it through this code node. And the other code node is as well to fix everything. And then the first API request I'm doing is I'm sending a request. And here I'm sending a request to this endpoint and I have my API set up. You only need to create yours. Go ahead once you subscribe, you will immediately get your API key that you can put in here. And once you do that, you can have that as a header auth in here. so you don't have to send that as headers. Okay. And then sending basically the body of the code node. So I'm doing the body of the HTTP request here all within the code node. All right, because I had a lot of errors for it triggering issues, so I had to do it in one code node. So that's the request. I'm sending the request basically, and the request is as I mentioned here, it's basically telling it this is the basically FFmpeg command, which basically tell it where to cut. Then I'm here. I'm just checking the status based on the ID that I get resulting from this request. They give us an ID, which is the ID of the process that we sent. And here we have basically we're polling. If you don't know what polling is, I have a video on polling. Check that out. So what this is I'm checking if the status is success, continue. If it's not success, go ahead, wait a little bit more, and then check the status again. And then eventually I'm going to download the file as we saw. So the file that I have in here is one of my YouTube videos. I'm just going to run this and see the results. Then we see it going. And now it's going to poll a couple of times until it finishes, but I'm not going to let you wait to do that. So I'm going to pause the video and then see. All right, now we see that it's finished. And as you can see here, it took our cut and it just made it into segments, start and end, duration, start and end time. And then that gets fed into a code node, which basically takes my file and generates the command. And here we're going to see that it gave us a success, a status. That way, then we have the file here. We can view it here. So there's a lot of ways. In case you're asking, how can I start using Nano Banana Pro? There's a lot of ways to use it. As we can see here in the early beginning, it is 38 seconds in total. Yeah, total duration 38. So it did cut the video into 2 parts and stitch them together for us, and all done via automation. So that's the first one. Let's check the second one, which is we're stitching multiple videos together. And that one basically is taking the array that we have in here, video list. So the video list is basically an array of videos together. As you can see, video list, this video and this video, an array of videos together, and we just want to stitch them together. And you can add as many as you want by just adding to this, by adding a comma and adding another video. It will take the video and it will process as well. It will generate a new FFmpeg one, but let's test this and see if everything works. Okay, send the request. Now we'll just wait until this finishes. We should get one video that has 2 of the videos together stitched in one go. All right, so it finished, as you can see here. Let's go through it. First, we gave it this, and then it outputted the command that we need to do. It needs to stitch these videos together. Then it sends the request here, give us the ID of the request. Then we do the same, and here we will have the final video here. If we play it, we'll see that both of these
Hello
videos
everyone, and welcome to another
together,
lesson.
right?
I'm very happy to have you here with me today.
In size, so that's 2 videos together. All right. So the last one I want to show you is resize and crop. So I'm going to link this up in here. And basically what we're taking from here is we're taking the crop size, is how much we want to crop it. And we want to crop it this size for short. And then we're going to take the also the original size. All right. So let me run this and see what we have. Let's run this, and you can see here it will submit the command, and then now we have to wait. I'll pause again, and then I'll show you the final video. All right, it just finished. As you can see here, the result, let's see it. and we will see that the result is a more
Hello everyone and welcome.
Vertical short kind of aspect ratio. So let's just recap first of all what we did and with all of these. So the first one basically cuts the video based on a certain time that we give it, and it will decipher this one using the code node and will cut the video and stitch it together. The second one is going to just merge the videos together. It will take an array and will just place the videos in here inside of the array, and it will merge them all together. And then the last one is crop. Basically, we'll give it the crop size that we want and the original size, and it will do its magic. So basically, these are three instances of how you would use basically FFmpeg. Now, there's a lot of more things that you can do with it. You can research about that, but I will provide you with this workflow so you can use it. Now, one last thing I wanted to mention is when I was doing this, especially this one, I had an idea. Since this video takes a series of time frames and cuts the video, stitch it together, and then I was thinking, well, maybe it can do the whole short. We can feed it a long video, basically, and then I can use this new node, Gemini. There's a new node in Gemini called, where is it? Analyze video. Yeah. So this new node analyzes the video. So it has access to the video. What I can do is I can feed it the URL here and say, give me time frame based on the format that we have in here, and then give me a time frame maximum or 1 to 2 minutes based on the video, that I could use that to cut the video and make a short out of it. I think that would be something to test with, of course, and then it will give us those time frames, and then we'll just feed it in here and it will cut the video, and then we can connect the video here to the crop, and then we will have a short. So just an idea for you guys to think about as well, of how powerful you can use this FFmpeg API in order to create softwares, create new tools, or automate your own YouTube channels and all that, all your content. All right. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more video, and I hope to see you inside of my community. All right. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next one.